Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Easy Weeknight Cooking with Hart's Desire Spice Blends. We are in the house with some good cooking. So what are we doing tonight? We are doing jambalaya. And trust me, this is a gorgeous recipe. What do we need? 1/4 pound of Andouille sausage. Now, this can be found normally in the sausage section of your normal grocery store. We're using 1 link. You'll need about 1/4 cup of cooking oil, sometimes more, sometimes less. This is just to make sure nothing burns. 1.5 teaspoons of Hart's Desire Jambalaya. It's beautiful stuff. Clean, savory heat. That's just so yummy. 1/2 a large onion, 1/2 a large bell pepper, 1/2 cup chopped celery, 1/2 pound chicken, of course, chopped up, 1/2 pound shrimp, 1 14-ounce can of diced tomatoes, 1/2 cup rice, and 1/4 cup of water. So the method is actually really simple. You're going to be wanting to put some of this stuff aside once it's cooked to make room in your pan. And a note on pan, definitely cast iron if you can do it, and enamel cast iron if you do not want that gorgeous seasoning taken right up off the bottom, because I'll tell you, tomatoes will do that. So why don't we go ahead and get cooking? So let's go ahead and start heating this guy up. A little bit of oil in the bottom. We're going to start off with browning most of our aromatics. That's our celery, our onion, our bell pepper, and we're going to be doing the Andouille sausage as well. You want something with a nice large bottom here because honestly, you want things to brown evenly, and that's a lot of stuff in your pan. So start throwing in your aromatics. This is gorgeous stuff here. You get pretty good contact with the bottom of the pan this way. If you get a large enough pan, toss so that everything has a light coating of oil on it. And there we are. Now, this will heat up, and you're going to go ahead and brown this until you get a light coating of brown on the bottom of your pan. These want to start softening, they want to start browning, because that creates a lot of flavor. That's called fond on the bottom. What it's made by is the Maillard reaction, which is proteins and sugars caramelizing in your food, and that changes proteins just ever so much to get a really, really great flavor. That is why you brown your food. And we've got a nice little sizzle going on here. So all we need to do is wait. So we're going to go ahead and let this heat up so that we get a little bit of fond on the bottom of the pot. And then what we're going to do is we're going to throw this into another container, throw in our chicken, brown it, throw everything back, and then throw in our rice, our tomatoes, and our spices. Put a lid on it for about 20 minutes. And during the last 5 minutes of cooking, we're going to throw in our shrimp. Big score. This stuff is so good. And trust me, there will not be any leftovers. This particular recipe will make enough for about 3 to 4 people. So if you are feeding a crowd, go ahead and double the recipe. This is really nice. Developing some of the fond on the bottom there. We've got a little bit of browning going on. We've got our onions starting to soften. So this is great. Getting a little bit of browning going on there. So time to pull that out. Throw just a little bit more oil in the bottom. And now we brown our chicken. Now, when you're browning your chicken, some recipes will tell you you need to get all the way done at this point, but that's not entirely true. So you do want to make sure that it is completely done by the time your rice is done. Your rice is going to take about 20 minutes. So don't worry too much about making sure this is all the way done. Now, there is one note that I want to give you guys. Can this be made low carb? Absolutely. And tonight, with this particular recipe in front of us, I'm going to do just that. How am I going to do that? By substituting 1.5 cups of riced cauliflower for the actual rice. This does reduce your cooking time, so your chicken will have to be a little bit more done before you throw this in. But you can absolutely make this low carb. Now, I've got a pot over here that is just about done. It is smelling up the place incredibly. So I'm going to give this a quick toss. We've got a lot of great stuff developing on the bottom here. I'm going to give the pan a turn because I'm browning more on one side than the other. Keep an eye on that. We are looking really good here. So I think it's time to throw in the aromatics. Oh, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? That is what was sauteing earlier. Go ahead and throw that in, give it a good stir. Now at this point, some of the juices from those aromatics have actually come out, and you can start scraping up some of that beautiful browning on the bottom of the pan. And you definitely want to do that before you put a lid on this buddy, because otherwise that beautiful browning, that development of flavor on the bottom of your pan is going to turn into charcoal. Don't want that. Now, I'm going to throw in your diced tomatoes. They're going to help soak into some of that beautiful fond on the bottom of the pan and let you scrape it up. And that beautiful liquid there is just perfect. At this point, you're also going to throw in your jambalaya mix, and that is going to start hydrating. So you've got some chilies in there, you've got some black pepper, white pepper. That is gorgeous. That is absolutely fantastic looking. Ooh. I'm going to give you a sneak peek. You look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh my gosh. It smells fantastic. We need to throw in our rice. So get that guy in there. Riced cauliflower does really, really well in this application. If you're using riced cauliflower, you will omit that last quarter cup of water because you've got plenty of water in that riced cauliflower. You don't need any extra. Go ahead and stir that in real well. And this is going to get covered for 15 minutes, stirring occasionally. You're going to turn down the heat, and 5 minutes before it gets done. So this covers for 15 minutes, and then you're going to put in your shrimp, and 5 minutes later, you have what I have over here, a beautiful pot of jambalaya. Let me go get that and show you. Oh my word. That looks so awesome. Would you look at that? Oh, yum. Rice has hydrated so well. Got a bit of chicken there. That shrimp is far from overdone. And the sausage, oh, the smells are so good. Oh my word. That thing is a thing of beauty. Let's take a taste. What do you say? Oh yeah. Boy. Those tomatoes liven everything up. All the aromatics are doing their job so well. The chicken is nice and tender. It just falls apart. And the spices will give you that rich, warm heat. Oh, So from our kitchen to yours, that is a really great fall dish using one of our best spices. And you guys keep things tasty. We will see you next week.